Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited for today's video, which is TBR Jar Picks My April TBR. I had so much fun filming this last month for March. It was my favorite video to film so far. I don't know why, something about the prompts I just think is so much fun. It helps me read different kinds of books and get through my TBR, which by the way, I'm down to only 24 books on my physical TBR. And I've said this multiple times here maybe, but definitely on TikTok, that my goal for the year was to only buy 5 books a month. But I think I'm gonna have to do a big book haul soon because I read more books than 5 a month, so pretty soon I'm gonna run out. And I think that this will be the last month that I can pick from just these books because there's not gonna be many options left. So yeah, that'll be exciting. Pretty soon I think I'll film a big book haul on here maybe, or on TikTok. So stay tuned for that, and maybe recommend some of your favorite books recently down below in the comments because I don't really have my eye on too many books, but like I said, I need more. My TBR is dwindling, which is actually not a problem. I think I'll actually be able to read all of these. But back to the task on hand, picking my TBR for April. Like I said, I had so much fun in March and I actually was able to read all of the books. I'm filming this before I finish them, but I know for a fact that I will finish them. I'm gonna pick 6 books again. I did that last month and I think it's the perfect amount. I read about 10 books a month, so 6 is a good amount of like really books I wanna prioritize, but it also leaves room for me to read other books throughout the month, what I'm in the mood for, if something comes up, anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna pick 6 of these. Okay, so let's pick my first read for the month of April. The first prompt is YA book. Okay, so this is actually perfect because I am in the middle of the Cruel Prince trilogy, or I think it's called, what is it called? The Folk of the Air series, something like that, by Holly Black. And I have the last book. It is a YA fantasy trilogy, and I have the last book to finish, so that works perfectly for my YA book of the month of April. So yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I've been meaning to pick it up in March, but I just wanted to finish my March TBR and this wasn't on it. So it's just been pushed to the side a little bit, but I'm actually really loving the series. I love the first 2 books. I gave them both 4 stars, and I think it's a super fun fantasy series. So I'm excited to finally finish that in the month of April. And the second book on the April TBR is, if I can open it, A Book with a School. Okay, I have the perfect book for this in mind too. Maybe I'm gonna look at my books to see if something else fits just for the sake of the video, but I'm honestly down to not that many books, so I feel like not that many will fit, and I do have one in mind, but I'm gonna give it a look anyway. I do have actually one thought. I'm really hoping to read Yellowface in April, and I know that this involves a school, kind of. Maybe it doesn't really involve a school. I know it involves like writing students and classmates, like writing classmates, so I think I could like twist it to fit the school, but I think I'll have a different prompt, hopefully, that enables me to pick this book up, and even if I don't get a prompt for the month, I will still read it, I think, because I'm looking forward to it. So the real book that I'm gonna pick for this prompt is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. From what I know, this is a dark academia book, so I think it centers around a school. I'm just gonna check the back quickly to make sure. Okay, you know what? Like, it doesn't actually say school on the back, but I'm just gonna go with this. It says, once a decade, the world's best magicians are invited to join the elite Alexandrian society. Its members enjoy a lifetime of power and access to ancient secrets, but only 5 places are offered. So after recruitment by the mysterious Atlas Blakely, the candidates must complete a rigorous year of arcane study. It says study. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with the fact that this is a book with a school, and I think it fits. I'm just gonna make it fit because this book has been on my TBR for a while and I'm so hesitant to pick it up. I feel like the only way I will pick it up is if it's on a set TBR. So I'm gonna put it on the TBR for April. I also think I need to get this book done before summer because if it is like July, August, reading on the beach, like this is not the vibe for that. So I feel like it is perfect to get done before the warmer weather and the summer reading happens. So yes, this is gonna be my pick for a book with a school. Okay, moving on to prompt number 3. Oh no. Okay, this is Outside of Your Comfort Zone. This might take me a second. I'm gonna look and be back. Okay, so I don't really have a book that fits this prompt perfectly. I don't think all of these books are pretty much in my comfort zone. Like, I have a thought that I could go with this. It's a nonfiction book that I just got. It's like literally my first nonfiction book ever. It is The Psychology of Money, but like, I just don't really want to put this on my April TBR. Like, I don't think of this as fun reading. Like, I'm thinking of this as like personal growth. Like, I want to get my personal finances in check. Like, that's just not fun for my TBR. I'm probably just gonna read this book like whenever I want. So I don't really want to add this, although I think it would be the perfect choice because nonfiction is out of my comfort zone, but I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna do this one. Then I have two other books that I think I could make fit this prompt. One of them is The Hurricane Wars, and then the other is The Personal Librarian. I actually, like, I don't know, I don't really think this fits the prompt out of my comfort zone. I think it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It is a fantasy, like romantasy type of book, and it is like based on or like a playoff of Star Wars, which I think makes it a little bit out of my comfort zone because I've never watched that. I have no information. I have no knowledge on Star Wars. I've never watched the movies. I don't know anything about it. So like maybe that makes this a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think that's a stretch. Like, I love romantasy. I love enemies to lovers romantasy, and that is what this is. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think like the more that I'm talking, it's gonna have to be The Personal Librarian. This is a historical fiction book about the personal librarian to JP Morgan, and historical fiction is not out of my comfort zone. I love the genre. I read the genre all the time, but I mainly read like World War II historical fiction, and this is not that. I feel like this is a little out of my comfort zone in the fact that it's like kind of like biography style, I believe. Like, it's about one person. So I think I'm gonna go with this. It's been on my TBR for a long time. Like, it's probably one of the oldest books I have. So, or not oldest books I have, like longest time on my shelves. So I think I'm gonna choose this. It's not perfect for the prompt, but I think it'll work. Okay, so we are now halfway through. I've picked 3 books and we have 3 books left to pick. So let's do it. Oh, there's 2, so I'm gonna put one back. Okay, the 4th prompt for my April TBR starts with the. Okay, there should be like quite a few candidates for this, I feel like. I'm not sure, but I think so. We do, of course, have The Hurricane Wars, which I haven't put back yet. Ooh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, so I was thinking The Women, but I don't know if I want to put another big historical fiction book on my TBR. I don't know. I think I might go back to The Hurricane Wars. I think I might. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to The Hurricane Wars. Okay, I feel good about this. This has been on my TBR for a while, again, and I think it's what I need. I haven't read like an amazing book in a while. Like, I've read a lot of good ones, a lot of 4s, a lot of 4.5s. I haven't had a 5-star in like all of March. I don't think I've had a 5-star all of March. So I don't know, I feel like this could give me 5-star feelings. Like I said before, it's an enemies to lovers romantasy, and I am a sucker for that. So hopefully I love this. I have heard some people say that they don't love it, but I'm gonna have high hopes, be positive, and maybe this will be a 5-star. I haven't read like an adult fantasy in a while. I've been reading the Cruel Prince trilogy, which is YA fantasy, and then I read like Divine Rivals before that. I think the last adult fantasy I read was ACOTAR, so I could use some of it in my life. So I am gonna go with The Hurricane Wars. Okay, and then for the 5th prompt, we have more than 300 pages, which should be pretty easy. I think pretty much all of these books should be over 300 pages, like most books are. So it's kind of like a free pick. I think I could choose any book I want, which is always a good prompt to get. So I'm just gonna look and pick some out. I think I'll pick like 2 or 3 books, bring them back, show you guys, and then choose from there. I have 2 options, and I kind of know for a fact that I will be reading both of these in April, like whether they're on my TBR or not. But for the sake of actually choosing my strict TBR, I gotta pick one of these. Well, actually, let me double check that they're both over 300 pages. Okay, yeah. Yes, okay. This is like 325. This one has to be over 300 too, I would assume. Yeah, okay. This is over 300, just barely. It's like around the 310s. So we have Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, and we have Bye Baby by Carola Lovering. I honestly think I just want to pick this one because it's like less popular, less well known. I think it's like a newer release book, or I know for a fact that it's a newer release book and I want to get in on it. So I think I'm going to do this. I know nothing about it, and that is how I'm going to go into the book. The only thing I know about it is that it is by the author of Tell Me Lies. I never read that book, but I did watch the TV show. I forget where it was, like maybe it was on Hulu or something, but it was like that crazy, like psychological college romance, like kind of thrillery TV show. And I loved the TV show. So I feel like I will love the vibe of this book. I'm very excited for it. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm assuming it's some sort of psychological thriller sort of story. I don't know, but I think I will like it. So this is going on the April TBR. Okay, so now it is time for the 6th and final book for my TBR. Gotta really shake it up to get a good one here. The prompt is horror or creepy novel. Okay, I think I have the perfect book for that as well. I think I only have one option, but again, I will double check. I have two options, makes it a little harder. So neither of these books are horror, they are thrillers, but I think they both give me creepy thriller vibes, so I think either one would work. We have Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter and Final Girls by Riley Sager. That's kind of funny that they both have girls in the name. And my gut reaction was that I would choose this, but I think I have to choose this. Like, my mind has been on this book for a while, a couple of months now, and I think this will be creepier than Final Girls. Like, people say that this is the most disturbing thriller they've ever read. I love some disturbing books, so I'm really excited to read this. I have heard that it's like not only the most disturbing thriller, but like one of the best thrillers ever. When people read this, they're in a thriller slump after it, like nothing compares, so I'm excited for this. I'm a sucker for a good thriller, and I feel like I will love this. Like, it has 5-star potential for me, so this is what I'm gonna go with for the horror or creepy novel. I think it'll work. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be creepy. Okay, so that is my 6 books for the month of April picked out. I think I have a good mix going, and I will just do a little recap. Okay, so this is the official April TBR. We have 6 books here, and I feel like I've got a pretty diverse selection. So the first book is the Atlas 6, and the prompt was a book with a school in it. I think this has a school. Hopefully it does. I could be wrong. Then we have Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter for a creepy or horror novel. The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black for a YA book. This is the 3rd book in a YA fantasy trilogy. Then we have The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gwanson, an enemies to lovers fantasy romance book of sort. And it starts with the word the. Bye Baby by Carola Lovering, a book with more than 300 words. And last but not least, The Personal Librarian by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray for a book that is out of my comfort zone. Okay, so that was so much fun. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I love filming this video every month. I feel like I'll do it for a few more months before maybe I switch up and choose another way to decide my books. But for now, I've been loving this. It is so much fun and it helps me read a variety of books. And yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you plan on reading them this month along with me, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on these books. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more book content. See you guys in the next one.